and we're going to move on now to hear from Wycombe Food Hub, and I'm delighted to welcome Mark Page to the stage, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the project. Hi Mark, I'm going to hand over to you now.
Hello, good afternoon everybody. My name's Mark Page and I am the marketing manager for Wycombe Food Hub in High Wycombe. I've only been there about 3 months, and my main role is to let people know who we are, what we do and how we help the community. So if I can have the next slide please. So what are the aims of Wycombe Food Hub? We've got an ethos within Wycombe Food Hub. There's nobody in our community should go hungry. We were set up at the start of the first pandemic, nearly 2 years ago now, giving out free food from the parish church. We've moved on, we're now in the new premises in the Children's Centre in High Wycombe, but our ethos is still the same. Nobody should go hungry. And so we're determined to try and do our bit to make sure that we feed people and reduce the food waste. We think it's atrocious that so much food goes to waste when there are people hungry. How do we do that? So we collect residual food from all the local supermarkets, clean it, sort it, then redistribute it through our shops for people to buy. Before I go on, just to explain what is residual food, this is not old food, bad food, out-of-date food. This is good quality food which a supermarket either has too much of, changes the brand, overstocked, or it could be something like a packet of cornflakes where the outer package is damaged so a shop can't sell it, so they will throw it away normally. We don't. We take that. The goods inside the box are still perfectly safe. It could be a tray of eggs, tray of 48 eggs, one egg broken, the shop can't sell it. They have to throw the lot away. We don't. We collect that from them. We resort, package it into boxes 6, and allow our customers to buy that problem. So I think you can see we're a very, very eco-friendly operation. We stop tons of good food going to waste every month. And we try to offer a sustainable alternative living for people that come into us. We are like a traditional shop. However, the products we sell at such a reduced price. And I'll go on to that a little bit more on the next slide. The food we sell, we always ensure is good quality, it's fresh food, it's nutritional food. We make that food available to everybody in our community. Even at the end of the day, if we can't sell that food, if we can't give that food away, we then donate anything that we can't give away to local farms as animal feed. So nothing goes to waste, or very, very, very little goes to waste. The main thing about us, and a slight difference between us and food banks do an amazing job, incredible service. We applaud them for what they do. The slight difference to us is to come to Wycombe Food Hub, you don't need any referrals. There's no red tape. We are open to everybody, whether you're struggling financially or whether you just care for the earth. We are open to everybody. We're actually not a charity, but we are a CIC, which is a non-profit making company. Can I have the next slide, please? So how do we help the community? So we've come up with this concept of anybody can come into our shop and pick up a supermarket type shopping trolley, a shopping basket, sorry, and fill their baskets with anything that we've got on display. So this could be fresh fruit, it could be veg, it could be meat, it could be coffee, tea, cereals, frozen food, fresh food, dairy products, milk, you name it. Anything that we can get in our shop, people can come into our store, fill a basket for £3. If that £3 is not enough, or the basket's not enough, they're shopping for a bigger family, we'll offer them a second basket for another £2. So that £5 is equivalent to £50 to £60 worth of food if they were to go to a local supermarket. And it is just like a supermarket shopping experience. It's like a mini convenience store, if you like. What we found is, and through the period of time we've been there, is letting customers choose their own food gives them a little bit more dignity. It's, you know, they are shopping on a par with anybody else who's got £50, £100 in their pocket, the £3, £5 pocket in their pocket, they can buy the same food. We do have to limit some food, obviously, like meats. We can't fill a basket just of meat. It has to be a mixed basket. But you know, we find that's a great way to do it. It's dignified food. So can I have the next slide, please? So I just want to give you some very quick stats about what we actually do and how many people we look after. Within our hub, we've got 26 freezers and 24 fridges. These are spread over nearly 3 floors, actually. And they are full of food, which has been cleaned and sorted. We serve around 500 customers a month through our shop and online. We offer an online service as well, which I'll come on to again later on. That equates to nearly 50 tonne of food per month from going to waste, repurposed and given back to people who need this food. We also give out between 400 and 500 what we call community bags to people. The photograph there on the right side is showing what that means. If people find themselves in a desperate situation where they've got no money, they cannot even afford £3 for a bag of food, we will give them a community bag. A community bag is 1 meal for one person for one day. Usually contains something like a Greggs sausage roll, a cake, something sweet, some fruit maybe, a bottle of water, anything we can get hold of that we can put in a bag. So we don't want people to become dependent on the food hub, but we're saying that if you cannot afford it, we can help you. We will never turn anyone away. I said we offer a click and collect and home deliveries, and this is something we're finding is really growing at the moment. There is some worry about COVID. People are a little bit scared still of shopping. So we offer a click and collect. You can go online, order the food and collect it from a service at the back of the shop, or you can go online and for a small fee, we'll actually deliver it direct to your home. So if you're struggling to get out, if you're home, housebound, whatever, disabled, whatever reason, we will deliver those bags of food to you. We supply somewhere around about 400 crates, 25 kilos of 25 kilo crates of food to other charities as well. So we give all our spare bread, rolls, cakes, sticky buns, whatever, to other organisations such as the YMCA, Salvation Army, WISE, Women Refuge, etc. So we just donate to them. We'd rather somebody in their community use it rather than, again, be thrown away. We actually operate with a team of nearly 100 volunteers now. These vary from drivers who go and pick up the food in the evenings, those who sort the food in the mornings, or those that actually sell the food for our shops. We've got warehouse staff, etc., plus only one employee, which is myself, part-time. So can I have the next slide, please? Who are we actually helping? And this is an interesting one. We think we're helping those who are under the radar. There are, I don't want to use working poor, but there are people out there who struggle, and it came up in some of the earlier conversations. People who are judging their finances coming in towards the end of the month. You know, what do I do this month? Do I pay this bill? Do I pay the rent? Or do I go and buy some food? So we're offering, say, £50, £60 worth of food for a few pounds. And that few pounds is actually a donation. If people can't afford, we will obviously look after them. We look after students with not much money. They can come in and get full nutritionally food from us. We're looking after single mums. We're looking after some elderly people who come in, not got much finer pensions come in, and it's a happy shopping experience for them to come in and buy food, as though they would go into a supermarket, but a fraction of the cost. So next slide, please. We are associated with all the major food partnerships you'd expect: FareShare, Navy, Stop Hunger, Sustain, and we're just currently just working some communications with Red Kite to come on board with Red Kite. But who actually supplies our food? And this is the incredible thing. We collect from every single supermarket every single night. We get it through Navy or one of the others, FareShare, through the apps. We get a trigger which says, "Hello, this is Waitrose. We've got 2 crates of food. Would you like it?" And we go and collect those. So our volunteers go and collect it, bring it back to the hub. So we do every major supermarket you can think of: Tesco's, Lidl, Aldi, Morrison's, M&S, Waitrose, Booker Cash and Carry. The 2 unusual ones are Nando's. We get a trolley load of Nando every week. Interesting one, Nando's. Their stock is controlled by the head office. The local stores have no say whatsoever in how much chicken they get delivered every day. They have a commitment. They have to take it. If they can't cook and sell that chicken that day, they freeze it and give it to us so we can hand it out to people who come in our shop. Same with Greggs. We get about 4 trays of Greggs every single morning. Fantastic work they do for us. And we put those in the community bags. So people are getting really, really good quality food. Next slide, please. But we are more than just food. We also have a community bazaar at the side of the hub. This is where, you know, keeping with our ethos of reducing waste, we offer things like school uniforms, coats, jumpers, shirts, shoes, toys, bric-a-brac, and we try and keep everything to £3 or less. We also get new clothes. We have deals with people like Primark, end of season stock or last season's fashions. They will donate to us. So you can come to our shop for £2 or £3, get brand new items of clothing. We also hold several community events such as Winter Wonderland, the Wickham Santa, which goes around the local communities giving out toys to kids. And this is my passion, my little baby. I've just launched something called Tree Angels. We can look after people with food, and other organisations can help people with food. But we're saying this year, what about children? I don't want any children to miss out on Christmas this year. I don't want to go to school on, 2nd, 3rd of Jan and say, what did you get for Christmas? Oh, sorry, times are a bit tough this year. I didn't get anything. I've been collecting funds online, £10 fund, sponsor the bauble. Every bauble sponsored, we give a £10 toy to a child in need. And we've got referral partners who are telling us who those families are that need the toys. And Red Kite has actually just come on as one of our referral partners. And we hope to help at least 200 people. Last slide, please, and I'll be finished. So what's next for Wickham Food Hub? As I mentioned earlier, we're getting more and more demand for people asking for home deliveries, finding out our services, finding out what we do, but still can't get to us. So next year, we'll be doing some major fundraising to try and buy a second-hand multi-purpose van so that we can go out and deliver more of this fresh, frozen food to a wider area. At the moment, we can only look after HB 10, 11, 12 and 13, but with our own dedicated van, our own dedicated driver, we hope to be able to go further. Follow us on Facebook, Wickham Food Hub. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mark. We just had one quick question. I think you might have answered it at the end there, but somebody posted in the chat to say, sounds brilliant. Is it limited to residents of Wickham only? As the person who asked the question, their daughter lives in Chesham, would she be able to shop there? Okay,
we are open to anybody from anywhere to come and shop in store. We don't ask questions where you're from. You can come in. If you want home delivery, I say it's a HB 10, 11, 12 or 13.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Mark.
Yes.
Wow, fantastic presentation there from Mark. A really exciting project that's helping people in Wickham. Our next speaker is from One Can Trust, and we're delighted to be joined by Graham. Graham, can I invite you to join us on the stage, please?
We get there.
Hi, Graham. I'm going to hand over to you.
Thank you, Sophie, very much. My name is Graham Peart, and I'm a trustee of One Can Trust, which is the food bank that's been based in Wickham for the last 10 years. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about how it works, and if you are struggling, how to access the service. One Can provides emergency food parcels to anybody who is unable to buy food through lack of money. And if you are struggling to provide food for yourself and your family, we can help you now. There's no need, there's no cost to you. And many people are approaching us every week, and we get about 60 new referrals, and we deliver to over 200 homes every week. Next slide, please. And it is an emergency service. However, if you have got a long-term problem, we can actually support you for however long that you have got a problem, and we will try to help you to navigate your way out of that. Next slide, please. I'll show you if you can actually run the video. It's a 50-second video, which hopefully we can see. if we can't, then no, we'll move on to the next one then, please, to referrals. We haven't got the sound on that, Sophie. Skip this one. We'll go to the next one, please. Okay, we're there. Thank you. Now, in common with all organised food banks, we have a referral system. The reason for that is that if you have got to the point of struggling to provide food for yourself or your family, you're probably going to need some help from somebody else. It's not difficult to obtain a referral. You may well be in touch with any of the referrers that we have on the list here, or if you go on to the One Can website, you can see the list. But if you're unsure, just ring the One Can office on the Wycombe number 512277, and we will resolve that for you very quickly and get a parcel to you. And our referral agencies are experts in their various fields, and particularly in regard to debt, tenancy management, mental health, welfare. And you can the first referral can be for up to 4 weeks. We will actually renew that for as long as you need the help. Now, just for comfort, our data protection is very strong. Very few people within our organisation know your address. Volunteers packing parcels don't know who they're packing for. It's very discreet. So there's no reason not to actually ask for the help. Next slide, please. And what we will do is to provide you with a parcel, which is usually for 5 days worth of supplies. We can supply a larger parcel if you are in extreme need, a 7-day parcel. And the parcel will be tailored to you for the number of people that's in your household and for all dietary requirements and allergies. And the parcel will include fresh fruit and vegetables, eggs and bread. However, we're not just a food bank. What actually happens is that as soon as we receive your referral, you will receive a phone call from one of our team to check on detailed requirements for your food parcel. You might want to request vegetarian, or if you've got babies, what the size of the nappies is, or what the baby milk variety is. But we can also offer other support. We do provide cookery lessons, cooking from a food parcel. We can signpost you to some of the other agencies on debt counselling, life skills, and we are also sometimes able to signpost clients to receive a grant which can help with the payment of a fuel bill or the children's shoes, or if your washing machine's broken. In one case it was to get a car MOT to get children to school and so on. So we will do all we can to point you in the right direction to help you to help yourself to navigate your way out of the situation you're in. Next slide, please. And since the start of the pandemic, all the food parcels have been delivered direct to your doorstep. And these are in private cars. We do have a van, but you won't see that outside your house. And typically the deliveries are sometime between 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock, Monday to Friday. And during the phone call, you will be advised which day your food parcels are going to arrive. So it's a very simple service. And I will say, if you are in need, then please make a phone call. Just call us, because there's no need to be in difficulty. A lot of people are struggling at the minute. We're supplying food for nearly 600 people every week. So we will be delighted to hear from you if you've got a problem. What I'd like to do, just to finish, the next slide, please. There's a delightful book called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. I'm just holding it up. It'd be a lovely Christmas present. But I'm going to quote from this, if I may. And the discussion goes between all of the boy and the other animals. What is the bravest thing you've ever said? Asked the boy. Help, said the horse. When have you been at your strongest, said the boy. When I've dared to show my weakness, said the horse. Asking for help isn't giving up, said the horse. It's refusing to give up. So if you're in trouble, you're experiencing difficulty, please make a phone call and we'll see what we can do to help you. Thank you.
Graham, thank you so much. That was absolutely wonderful. And the book that you've referenced is an absolutely beautiful book, isn't it? And that quote, it gave me goosebumps, I must say. Such a powerful statement to finish a presentation on. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thanks,
Graham. Wow. I mean, I'm absolutely blown away by the content of the presentations we've seen so far today. And I'm delighted to say that we're not finished with this section just yet. We've got one final speaker in this section. We're delighted to be joined by Charmaine, who's joining me on the stage now. And Charmaine, are you ready to deliver?
I am, Sophie. Hello.
Fabulous. I'm going to leave the stage to you, and I'll be hiding in the background. I'll see you in a minute.
Okay, thanks a lot. Good day to you, everyone. My name is Charmaine, and I'm Charmaine Fife, and I run a local company called Kapira. That's actually an Egyptian word for transformation. And the reason why I named it Kapira is because that's what we aim to do. After transforming my own life and my health through nutrition, I realized that health doesn't just encompass the physical health, it's so much more than that. And by taking control of my physical health and managing my physical health, I was able to transform my life. I wouldn't say that I'm where I need to be yet, but I'm still on a journey. And I started Kapira really because it was a surprise to me that we are not taught how to improve our health and our life through nutrition and through our food choices. I think a lot of us, we know about the issues with physical health and nutrition, but nutrition can actually help you in all different spectrums, and that's why I started the company. I realized that nutrition not only helps the physical body and any ailments that we have, but it also helps you emotionally, our interactions with other people and any anxieties that we may have of being around other people, our mental health, how we talk to ourselves. You know, are we overthinking things? Do we ponder on things longer than we need to? Nutrition has an important part to play in that. And of course, our financial health, the affordability of nutritious food. So after realizing that, I decided that I would help other people. If it helped me just making simple changes, I could also support other people to do that. I think that there's way too many people suffering in various areas of their lives, and they do influence each other. If you've got an issue with your physical health, if you have an illness, that can impact you emotionally, that can impact you mentally, and eventually impact you financially too. And we want to support people to understand how important it is to eat well, because you know, if you're not eating well, you haven't got the energy to even tackle some of those other issues that you have. You haven't perhaps got the right vitamins and minerals in your body that can help you to deal with those problems, to help you be less anxious, to help your mind be more balanced and rested so that you're not overthinking. Food has such an important role to play in that. And when I realized that, I thought, it was like a eureka moment. I thought, if it can do so much for me, surely it can do so much for other people. So what we do is go around in the community and we support other people to make those changes. We give practical tips. It is mainly focused around food and nutrition, cooking skills, eating healthily, on a budget in particular. And we teach purely plant-based food because I realized that there was a lot of people that had an aversion to vegetables, and after following a plant-based diet myself, which is the final step that really helped me to live pain-free, I thought, let me show other people how to include tasty, plant-based, healthy, and on a budget plant-based foods. So we have been going around in the community for the past 6 years doing this. And I know that sometimes it's so difficult when you've got other issues going on to even contemplate eating healthily, because food has been looked at as a mode of survival, a gap filler in terms of hunger, or an emotional gap filler. And sometimes we'll cut back on food, or we'll eat even more when we're stressed. But making sure that we're getting the right nutrients, eating a varied diet, even if we do have the odd treat here and there, I class it as a treat, but the odd food that we may not think as of healthy, it's about bringing back that balance. And even in stressful times, the choice of foods that we have is so important. Food can provide us with omega, zinc, magnesium, and all those help our mental health, help our brain, help our nerves, so we have less anxiety. So we can really help all areas of health and any health issues through food. And we also like to dispel the myth that it's expensive to eat healthy. Financially, there are so many things that you can do to eat healthy, whether it's choosing which supermarkets to go, because I noticed that supermarkets take it in turn to put their foods on offer. So I go around to different supermarkets when the food's on offer. There's also shopping when things have been reduced. And although fresh foods, when they're reduced, they may be going off that day, the following day. We teach people how to preserve those foods. We show them how to freeze them so that the life of that food is extended. There's so much that you can do through food to help your finances and to help you in more than just a physical way. So how do we do that? We share the message on social media. We put out information on our pages on Instagram, on Facebook. We make videos. I'm really passionate about preserving. So what I do is show people how to make preserves, how to make stocks from peelings, vegetable peelings and things like that, how to freeze foods well so that they last long, instead of buying frozen chips, how to buy a sack of potatoes, or even if it's a small bag of potatoes, and using it in various ways, and eventually before it goes off, freezing them, blanching them and freezing them, putting them into the freezer in small portions that can be used for a future date. So there's so many ways that you can save money when you're shopping, and also in reducing waste, that's also saving money. And we teach people how to do that within our classes. We do that on social media. So we have been funded by several companies and agencies throughout the years, and have run projects within hostels for people on low incomes. We've gone to other community groups and service providers, and worked with their client group to help them understand how to eat healthy plant-based food on a budget. We have also been funded by Red Kite, and coincidentally, our course is also called Back on Track, and it's helping people, parents that have children who are fussy eaters, who have special educational needs and have textual issues, to actually learn about nutritious food and doing that on a budget, also weaning. And then we have a second project for people with health issues, because Wickham is one of the areas of Buckinghamshire that has the highest rate of obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease. And we really aim to help people understand that it's so important to manage your food, your lifestyle, because these have such a huge contribution to your overall health. And like I said, it's not just physical, it's emotional, mental, and financial. So we partner with a lot of companies. We have a lot of projects running, and we're opening up a community kitchen so that members of the public can come to us and learn. So please get in contact with us. We have so much available to help people really understand. And it's important for everybody to understand that we all have within us the power to make those changes. And it's just small, simple changes that we need to do. And the best way to start is through looking after ourselves, through nutrition, how we feed ourselves, and self-care, because it brings self-awareness, it brings confidence. So thank you very much for asking me to come and talk today. I see Sophie's joined us. I don't know if there's any questions, but thank you for listening.
Oh, Charmaine, as always, it is such a pleasure to listen to you speak. There's so much exciting activity you're championing across Wycombe and sort of other parts of Buckinghamshire. Such a joy to have you here. I was just going to ask, is there one top tip that you would leave people with for the Christmas period? Because I know that can be a time where people might overindulge, or we might feel the pressure to overindulge from family. Any top tips, any last top tips from you?
I would say, especially because it's been quite a hard period recently, I say to enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, but there's always balance to bring into it. And empty out your freezer before Christmas, because we always have plenty of leftovers, and put those leftovers into the freezer, because that can help you through the next even month. You know, if you're freezing a turkey carcass, if you eat meat, that can help you for a few months, for another month actually, at least, by using it in different ways. So yeah, empty out that freezer and make the most of all the food that you have enjoyed, but extend the life instead of throwing it away.
That is a fantastic piece of advice. I'm definitely going to be looking at my freezer this evening, because I'm thinking already there's some things in there that I can make some space with. Fantastic. Charmaine, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure to have you on the platform. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Thanks, bye.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this next section. We're now going to have a quick break. We're going to welcome you back on the platform in about 5 minutes' time. So we'll see you back here about 12:50. So if, like me, you're a little bit hungry after hearing all of that talk about food, hopefully you've got 5 minutes now to grab something to eat, and we'll see you back here shortly. Thank you very much.